Coming up, new information on the Johnson & Johnson case, mutations of the coronavirus, and the sunny weekend we have in store. All that and more on the National Rundown. Good evening and welcome to the National Rundown. I'm Joel Vasquez. Johnson & Johnson is reporting a setback in its effort to produce millions of vaccine doses, saying a contract production plant in Baltimore produced an ingredient that failed quality control tests. Johnson & Johnson stated the issue was, quote, identified and addressed with emergent. They also informed the U.S. Food and Drug Administration. The problem involved one batch of a substance that goes into the vaccine. The emergent site is part of a manufacturing network but does not have FDA authorization to produce part of the vaccine. An FDA spokesperson confirmed that the agency is aware of the situation but said it cannot comment any further. Opening day for the Washington Nationals and New York Mets has been postponed due to coronavirus issues. MLB Commissioner Rob Manfred announced this morning that both teams would have a day off after a player on the Nationals tested positive. 5 players on the team were identified as coming into close contact with the individual. The opener will be pushed back to this Saturday. As people wait for their vaccines, we hear from those who are remaining patient. Anna Giles has the story.
The joy of getting the first dose often comes after weeks of desperate searching.
Well, I went online for about a week and I didn't see anything out there. And so I was getting anxious.
Cindy Dvorak couldn't find any options for her second dose until she started checking online 4 times a day. And this was before millions of people become eligible in the next 2 weeks.
We are not getting an increase in our supply, so residents may need to wait a little bit.
Yolo County spokesperson Jenny Tan says there's no way to predict how many appointments will be available more than a week in advance.
We get our doses 1 week at a time.
Hospitals, private pharmacies, and county-run clinics each get their own supply from the state.
So we probably wouldn't know for the April 15th expansion to 16 and older until maybe later on next week.
So what does availability look like right now? I checked the websites for Walgreens, CVS, and the state's system, My Turn. In general, I was not able to find any upcoming appointments in Sacramento, Roseville, or Elk Grove. I did find openings in Oroville, Modesto, and Placerville. However, counties are restricting appointment access to residents only.
It may be, that you kind of check and go, refresh your page a few times a day.
Those familiar with the battle worry people will get left behind.
I do worry about people who don't have computer access or who maybe can't be at their computers 4 times a day to check like I did.
Coming up, we have the latest on the George Floyd case and Derek Chauvin's criminal trial. We'll be right back.
Sorry about that. No, I've been staying at my dad's place because of everything.
Where are we going?
He's good. Yeah, I know, we keep missing each other. I've been working out of my dad's house, doing some reading. I should be working out more. I just feel like I'm drowning.
Navigating these times can be tough, but while you care for your loved one, you also need to care for yourself. Go to aarp.org/caregiving for free mental health and self-help tips.
Maybe you can make retirement happen.
After all,
You made this vacation happen.
Double points with every purchase?
Cleverly merging promotions.
Love it.
Cross-referencing travel sites. And booking all your flights with those...
Vouchers. I got us bumped.
They were like, oh. But now they're like... Aloha. You aced this vacation. Now get the tips you need to get on track at aceyourretirement.org.
The woman who dated George Floyd for 3 years took the witness stand this morning. Courtney Ross told jurors about her first date with Floyd, their first kiss, and even their last phone call. The couple met at the Salvation Army and battled their opioid addictions together. According to Ross, Floyd asked to pray with her the first time that they met, and when she was shown a picture of him, she reached out to touch the screen. Floyd died on May 25th, 2020 in police custody. Derek Chauvin, the police officer who knelt on Floyd's neck for more than 9 minutes, is on trial for second-degree murder, third-degree murder, and second-degree manslaughter. The body footage of Derek Chauvin was played at his trial on Wednesday. The footage showed that the moments after he knelt on George Floyd's neck was giving his perspective of a nearby witness who disapproved of the amount of force used. According to Chauvin, Floyd was a, quote, sizable guy who was probably on something, end quote. The Philly cops charged with assault for beating a man with autism claimed they were members of the Town Watch. Police charged James Smith and his brother, Patrick Smith, with misdemeanor assault and reckless endangerment for the August 19, 2020 incident. Off duty at the time, the men chased the victim at a shopping center and threw him headfirst into a pillar. The victim, who has Asperger's, called his mother and she used a tracking app to find her son. The brothers claim that the victim was involved in car thefts in the area and that his injuries were caused by him tripping and falling. The investigation is ongoing. President Joe Biden has requested the Education Secretary Miguel Cardona to prepare a report on President's legal authority to cancel up to $50,000 in student debt per borrower. The president is under pressure from members of the Democratic Party, advocates, and borrowers to cancel the debt per person. According to a majority of infectious disease specialists surveyed by the People's Vaccine Alliance, mutations of the coronavirus could render current vaccines ineffective within a year. The survey of 77 experts from some of the world's leading academic institutions found that almost a third gave a time frame of 9 months or less. People are racing for the vaccine, and that's good news for many people who want things to get back to normal. A number of COVID vaccines have been developed, tested, and authorized for emergency use in the past year. The 3 vaccines currently in use in the West are Moderna, Pfizer, and BioNTech and AstraZeneca, while China and Russia have developed their own vaccines. Sure was a sunny day today. Up next, we have the weather forecast. We'll be right back.
Right here, baby. Look. Uma.
Something more than a birthday is happening here. Once you can see it, you can help. The sooner you recognize the signs of autism, the sooner you can make a lifetime of difference for your child. Start by answering a few simple questions at screenforautism.org.
As the COVID-19 vaccines become available, you might be asking yourself, Should I get it? And if I do, will I be able to go about life without putting my family at risk? You've got questions, and that's normal. The fact is, the vaccines are safe and effective. They're going to save lives. To get the latest on the COVID-19 vaccines, visit getvaccineanswers.org, because getting back to the moments we miss starts with getting informed. It's up to you.
The spring baseball season is underway. Our very own Sierra has the details.
Major League Baseball will begin the 2021 regular season on Thursday, April 1st. The Philadelphia Phillies will face the Atlanta Braves. Max Fried will make his first career opening day start for the Braves. Aaron Nola will be making his fourth straight opening day start. In other news, according to Los Angeles County Sheriff Alex Villanueva, the cause of Tiger Woods' crash in February has been determined but won't be released until the legend himself gives permission. Villanueva added that his department had reached out to Woods' agent and Woods in order to waive some privacy issues, but has not received a response.
The FBI conducted a massive amount of background checks for firearm purchases in the month of March, a month that saw multiple mass shootings and reignited America's conversation about gun control. Gun purchases skyrocketed after deadly shootings in Atlanta and Colorado that left multiple people dead in each attack. President Biden urged federal lawmakers to pass gun control legislation after the March 22nd shooting in Boulder, Colorado. It is common for gun sales to rise after deadly attacks. A sunny forecast coming up after your Easter.
It takes less than 1 minute to find out if you may have prediabetes. You can do it here. But I get it, you're busy, and busy people can't have prediabetes. I read that wrong. They can, okay? Just go to the site.
There's one thing you can never have sex without.
It's consent.
Because sex without it isn't sex.
It's rape.
It's on us to stop sexual assault.
Learn how and take the pledge at itsonus.org.
Spending time outdoors has never felt more valuable. Whether it's exploring nature or relaxing in your yard, let's do it responsibly. Before going out, check for closures and fire restrictions. Practice social distancing, even when outside and on the trail. Back at home, if burning yard debris, keep your pile small. And no matter where you are, be sure to properly extinguish any outdoor fire. Drown, stir, drown, feel. We're all in this together. Help keep our safe places safe.
And now here's Katie with the latest on the Glassboro weather forecast.
Taking a look at tonight's weather forecast, it will be partly cloudy and cold at 30 degrees, unseasonably cold for this time of year. Taking a look now at the 5-day weather forecast for Glassboro. Friday, we have a high of 43 degrees and a low of 27, definitely cold and partly cloudy throughout the day. Saturday, we have a high of 54 degrees, low of 39. Sunny, it will feel warmer than Friday for sure. Sunday, your Easter Sunday, we're looking at a beautiful day, a high of 64 degrees. Going down to 40 degrees by the end of the night, but it will be partly cloudy. The sun will be out for Easter, so looking forward to that. Monday, a high of 67 degrees, a low of 42. It's definitely getting warmer as the week goes on and mostly sunny. Tuesday, we finally have a high of 68 degrees and a low of 49, partly cloudy, but as I said, the sun will be out mostly throughout the week and it will continue to get warmer. Now let's take a look at your weather window. Joelle, I'm beyond excited for the weather this weekend and for Easter. Do you have any Easter plans coming up?
Well, I have a couple of my family members coming over, and I'm so excited. It's just so nice to finally get back together, you know, after being separated for so long. It's going to be so nice to see them.
And that's the thing with the nicer weather. It's a lot easier to be outside and socially distance with people you haven't seen. So definitely looking forward to it.
Exactly. Well, that's all for this week's episode of the National Rundown. I'm Joel Vasquez. Have a great night.
All right, looks like you're chatting.
I like it.